Harper has a question. Said, who is the craziest player you have come across in the game?
Craziest player. You know, you've got your usual run-of-the-mills, haven't you? Like, I'm glad I went in the same dressing room as Keeney as he actually matured as a player. Probably, I played with Vinnie at Wales. I played for Wales. Coming from Barnsley, don't even ask me how I played for Wales as well, because I don't know. I had Welsh grandparents, so I never got in the England squad. So I got a call to go and play for Wales. I didn't play too many times, but I was in a few squads with Vinnie, and great fella. But
yeah,
you know, just probably something missing in there somewhere. You know what I mean? But great lad, great guy, and a lot of time for him. So I'll probably go with Vinnie.
We've had Vinny a few times, and he is he's a different breed, bless him, and he's a good lad though.
Great fella.
He played for England in Harry's Heroes.
I know, yeah, I was watching that. Yeah, I know, yeah. I don't know how that happened. I don't know, but I think it was just Pardon?
Would you do it?
What well, I played for England under 21s.
True.
As a youth, but back then, if you'd done that, you could still go on and represent another country if you hadn't played for the full squad. So, you know, probably if I was getting paid a load of dough for it, yeah.
Yeah, Vinnie Jones wages, you'd do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. No, you know, I think it was just a publicity thing on telly, and Vinnie got dragged in just simply because of his character.
On the subject of Vinnie Jones, the Tattershall Holiday Lakes home have been on. They said, Crossley, you are a legend. There is a free caravan holiday for you and the family if you want it at Tattershall Lakes in Lincoln. Their question, though, is can you tell us about the Ghetto Blaster and Vinnie Jones?
Yeah, I'll definitely take that because I love caravanning. Kids do.
Message Tattershall, they'll sort you out.
Brilliant. Vinnie Jones, right. So, Wimbledon at home. And Wimbledon were the first group of players with the Ghetto Blaster. Now every dressing room has one. Music in the dressing room. Back then, they were one of the first to have it. So he comes in, Vinny, with it on his shoulder, and they're in the dressing room. And in our dressing room, we used to sit quietly with a towel over our knees, the balls on the towel. That's what we'd play with, keep it on the floor. No one was allowed to jump around. Anyway, all of a sudden, this noise, boom, 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 boom. So Cloughie goes, what's that? So our assistant manager, Alan Hill, was called Alan Hill. And Cloughie goes, Illy, go and knock on their dressing room door and ask them to turn the music down. So Alan Hill goes down the corridor, knocks on the door, and opens the door, Vinny, and he's stood there in a pair of slips. And he's an intimidating guy, isn't he? So yeah, Alan Hill says to him, our manager says, would you mind turning the music down? So Vinny says, yeah, no problem. So turn the music down. Alan Hill comes back in our dressing room, and of course, you know what's going to happen. They turn the music up louder. So Cloughie goes, Illy, go and ask him to turn the music down, but this time, say please. So off he goes, assistant manager Alan Hill, and he says, and Vinny opens the door in his briefs. And Alan Hill said, our manager says, would you mind turning the music down? But this time he said, please. So turn the music down. Comes back up. So they turn it even louder. So Cloughie gets up, marches down, knocks on the door, barges straight in, picks the Ghetto Blaster up, smashes it on the floor and says, now play your fucking music, Wimbledon. And we actually went on to batter them 4-1 that day as well.
Oh, my God. So... That's like the full-on crazy gang, like Dennis Wise, John Fashanu, all that lot.
I think because it was actually Brian Clough walking in there, though, even the crazy gang used to look at him and be in awe of him. Everybody was in awe of him. They weren't scared of him. They were in awe of him. It's exactly the same with Sir Alex, you know. You walk into a room, and it's weird how to describe it. When someone like that walks into a room and that presence hits you, then silence. Because you're in awe. Because you're in awe of them. Yeah.
Did he have that it factor then? Just like that person that I always say, it's like when they walk in a room, all the light hits them. Like is that kind of? Was he one of them?
Absolutely. You know, he'd sit there and he'd get the physio to come and rub his knees with Vaseline, and he'd have a cricket ball and he'd throw it around the dressing room to each player, and you had to throw it back to him, and you weren't allowed to leave the dressing room till everyone had caught it and thrown it back to him. And it was just his way of like relaxing you before a game to go out there and express yourself, you know.
What a legend.